What's going on YouTube? Welcome to part 3 of a 3-part series where we retint this 1998 Acura Integra 4-door. Today we're going to be using this chameleon film. It's supposed to be like a sunset kind of color. It doesn't look anywhere near what I thought it was going to be, but we'll go ahead and give it a try. If you missed part 1 and part 2, they're going to be linked in the description. Let's go ahead and get into it. Go ahead and prep this glass with some glass cleaner. I always like to make sure that there's no debris. A buddy of mine just sanded this thing, so there's a lot of dust up there. We need to take care of that. We're going to be doing the dry sheeting method, so what we have here is a bounce dryer sheet. You get it wet just a little bit.
What?
And one of my other videos I ended up using Dove soap. Didn't really work out in my favor. I didn't like that at all. So back to dry sheets it is. It already has a strip on here. We're removing that. Probably gonna use a steamer this time around. I try to avoid spraying any adhesive remover chemicals on the front windshield, mainly because if anything does go wrong, either yourself or a customer is gonna see streaks depending on how concentrated your chemical is. So to avoid that, just go ahead and use a steamer for removing anything off the front windshield. Now we're just gonna let this sit, wait until it gets a little bit hazy. Pretty much wait until it dries out, and we'll get to shrinking. Depending on how the shrinking goes, I got 2 different cards. One is a softer one and one is a harder one. Lately I've really been liking this just because of the flex that it has. This one is a little bit more forgiving. That's why we're gonna try this one today. On the CRV, I did notice that kind of heated the windshield a little bit too much. So hopefully with this one, it's gonna be a little bit easier. We'll see. Oh, there it is. Get it as straight as possible. Go ahead and stamp that. Make sure you're always cutting with a fresh blade. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's a thick one.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now time for everybody's favorite part of the video, shrinking. For the most part, this windshield is flat, so we should be okay. Depending on the windshield, I don't really have a rule of thumb of how far I want to be. It's either that or I don't even know how far I am from the film. Everyone has their own opinions on how far they want to be. I just don't know how far I am. So we're gonna see if we can have this stuck onto the glass by spraying it with some water. At this point, it's pretty much a habit for me to remove the excess film off the top when I'm maybe like 2 or 3 inches from the edge of the glass. I just leave the top for extra material just in case I run into issues. Turned out good for the most part. So what I'm doing is aiming the heat gun at the peak of every bubble, pushing it down, trying to make sure that I'm not in the same spot for too long. So that's why you're gonna see me moving the heat gun a lot, just so I don't burn the film, possibly crease it. What makes things worse is that this is the only piece I have. My first time shrinking chameleon, so this is I guess this is a learning experience for all of us. Film is too thick, it isn't sticking on that side, but you folks got the idea. We're gonna start by cutting the bottom first, make our way around this way. To be honest, I'm always changing it out. This side, I'm starting on the top. I'm gonna take you guys inside to go clean it. So this tip gonna be for anything on the front windshield. This goes for strips, full front windshields, regardless if you're using a little water or a lot of water. Me, perfect example, I use a lot of water. Please tuck your towels, make sure that it soaks up whatever water you're shooting on the windshield. I know a dude that uses a regular spray bottle. He had to do a front windshield on a brand new vehicle. He got some stuff wet that you weren't supposed to get wet. I used to have a soak rope. I don't know where it went. For now, just towels should be okay. These towels, I got these towels over on Amazon. Yeah, any normal towel would work. These were on sale, so I just bought these. Remember, there was a strip on here, so I just want to make sure that it's clean up there. I'm gonna go ahead with a regular scraper and scrape the top. I already removed some glue. You can feel it on the blade. That's more so the reason why I like to use adhesive remover instead of the steamer, but I mean, to each their own. Now for the bottom. So this is exactly why I have extra olfa blades. It's much easier to scrape windshields with these. I do have a handled single edge blade also, but this just works better for me. Time to reverse roll our film. So some people, they reverse roll it on their peel board. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it off of the front windshield. I usually use a peel board just because I get cleaner results off of that. However, for those of you that don't have a peel board, this is the right one for you. I like to wet my piece first, wet the glass, wet some of the A-pillar. I like to wet maybe like 6 inches of the hood, 6 inches of the roof. This is a little excessive, but yes, I spray my shirt, spray my arms, spray the air, and we're good to go. You just want to make sure you limit the amount of contamination that gets in there. I like to start rolling from the bottom corner. It's just easier for me to finish that way. It's more comfortable for me to start from the driver's side also when reverse rolling. This is just personal preference at this point. Are you guys inside for the install? So before we even get into installing, I just remembered we didn't scrub it. So we're gonna go ahead and scrub this windshield. Go ahead and soak it. Avoid the top as much as possible. You don't want debris raining from the top. Hopefully this turns out okay. I remember someone posted up a few days ago on Facebook that they use a magnet to hold the driver's side from falling off of the windshield. I really want to try that one day. I'll try it in the next one. Make sure that everything is covering. Make sure you move the clear liner far away. Last thing you want to do is slip on that thing and eat shit. Drop a comment down below if you've already done that. I've done that more times than I can remember. Take your squeegee, stamp it. Then go ahead and get your final pass squeegee. There's two bubbles right here that I want to clean up, and everything else is pretty flat. All right, bear with me because I don't know if it's gonna make a difference, but this is how it looks from the inside. Or well, from indoors, not in direct sunlight. I'm gonna show you guys how it looks from the inside of the car. You can't really tell on camera, but it's much bluer. I don't know if I like it or not. Also, the red isn't showing as much. It's real subtle. I don't know. I'll think about what I want to do with this. I might just leave it. I don't mind it being that light, that's why. If I want more color, I'll go ahead and add another layer of regular tint, but I mean, for the most part, we'll see. Should have known this was gonna happen, but yeah, you can't really tell. I mean, I like how subtle it is, but it isn't as much red as I thought it was gonna be. Huh. Live and you learn. So that's gonna wrap up part 3. Thank you guys for watching. I'm probably gonna do another layer on this, maybe a 50, maybe a 70, just to give it a little bit more color. I almost forgot. For the ones that think that I did anything incorrectly or wrong, please leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I'll greatly appreciate it. It's really good for the algorithm. Thank you.